Brilliance Audio presents the unabridged recording of Allie and Bea by Catherine Ryan Hyde, performed by Lauren Ezzo and Janet Metzger.
Part 1. B. Chapter 1. Rude Checkbook. For perhaps the 20th time that morning, Bea narrowed her eyes at the checkbook sitting on her kitchen counter. "Stop looking at me that way," she told its blue vinyl cover. Then her face flushed, and she looked around the tiny room as if someone might have overheard that embarrassing outburst. A second act of instability all in itself. Other than her friend Opal, nobody had so much as stepped foot into her trailer since the passing of her husband Herbert. And Opal wasn't here now. She hadn't meant it literally, what she'd said to the checkbook. It had been something of a bitter joke. But in truth, she had been mostly joking rather than completely joking. That was the trouble right there. She did feel mocked and threatened by its presence. There was no denying that. They put people away in weird places for making comments like that, she said out loud. Then, as an afterthought, also for talking to yourself. She took 3 sips of her coffee, which was tepid, bitter, and 1 cup too many in the first place. "I'm going to get this over with," she said. Hands shaking ever so slightly, she dug through a drawer and found a pen for writing checks and a pencil for recording them in the register. She grabbed the offending checkbook off the counter and sat down to pay her bills. She added in her monthly Social Security check, which should have reached her bank by auto deposit that morning, to the total of funds. Then she stared at the number. It looked okay. Heartening, almost. But then it always did. Before. It was after she'd written checks for the rent on this little trailer, not just the space on which it sat, but even the trailer itself, which she and Herbert had once owned, the gas and electric, the water and garbage service, the phone bill. That was when the numbers began to look scary. And this month there had been something more. A minor medical procedure to remove a skin abnormality that could have been cancer, but thank goodness.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?